Go to Montreal, where Mark Crawford and not the Nords anymore, the Colorado Avalanche in there, and try to see if there's any of that old rivalry left, though. First period, Steve Finn on the power play, one shot, stopped by Patrick Waugh, knocks the rebound out of the air, kind of bunts it in. Patrick Waugh says, hey, that stick was pretty high, but the referee said, no, that was a goal. 1-0 for the Avalanche. Then Vince Damphousse with a nice move to get it to Recchi, and he slides it past Marc Denis, and we're tied at 1. Second period, game tied at 2, Habs power play, and it is Malakoff to Turgeon, great passing there, 3-2 for the Habs. The Habs up 4-2 in the third, and the gloves come off, and yeah, there is some of this old rivalry. That's Turner Stevenson and Paul Brosseau dancing behind the net a little bit. And a little bit later, Adam Deadmarsh and Lyle Odeline renew acquaintances from their rivalry in Quebec. Pretty good tilt there. And then René Corbeil and Vladimir Malakoff decide they want to go at it. The Avalanche did manage another goal. Habs won it, though, 4-3.
Where the Colorado Avalanche were taking on the Calgary Flames. First period, Phil Housley may have some kind of virus because he is coughing it up big time. Peter Forsberg with a steal. He's got the far corner, but he blasts it wide, and the crowd stunned by Housley's mistake. Flames get the first goal. Pavel Toried with the wraparound, and he banks it in off the defender's skate. 1-0 Calgary. I guess throw it at the net. You never know what's going to happen, but the Avalanche come back. Owen Nolan with a give to René Corbeil. Tabaracci gets a piece. Game tied at 1. Colorado then takes the lead on a beauty. Kovalenko with a feed to Joe Sakic. He goes to the back end and upstairs. That is a great play. 2-1 at that point for the Avalanche, and they ended up winning it 4-2. Okay, let's go to Madison Square.
Holdouts, 3 solid players, all going to new teams. Got to call this a blockbuster deal. Wendell Clark, Steve Thomas, and Claude Lemieux involved, all moving and all presumably getting new contracts that they want. Here's how it works. Wendell Clark will go to Don Maloney's Islanders, where he will join Kirk Muller and try to lead that young team. Steve Thomas goes from the Isles to New Jersey, adding some more sniping to the Stanley Cup champs. He's already agreed to a new contract. While the playoff MVP, Claude Lemieux, is off to be part of the Avalanche in Colorado. TSN's Darren DeTitian has more on the trade.
Claude Lemieux, the Conn Smythe winner in last year's playoffs, was one of 3 disenchanted players featured in a 3-way deal. Lemieux scored 13 playoff goals and leading New Jersey to its first Stanley Cup. But the 30-year-old right winger angered Devils general manager Lou Lamoriello by challenging a contract he signed in the offseason, and then he failed to report to camp because of the dispute. Now the question is, will Colorado be able to sign him? Clark was dealt to the Nordiques from the Leafs before last season and assumed a leadership role in Quebec, chipping in 12 goals, 18 assists for 30 points in 37 games. Clark contends that the Nordiques, who in the offseason moved to Colorado, promised to renegotiate his contract, which has 1 year left. Clark says the Avalanche reneged on that promise and refused to report to training camp. The trade was originally Thomas for Lemieux. Then Islanders general manager Don Maloney shipped Lemieux to Colorado to get Clark. Maloney says Clark, not Lemieux, is the type of player they need in Long Island.
Quite frankly, we weren't interested in Claude Lemieux. First of all, he's a right winger. We have plenty of right wingers. Second of all, in our minds, Wendell Clark brings to the table what we're looking for: leadership and character.
It's a young squad, a rebuilding team, and they're under, a new situation there a little bit, and they're trying to get better. So basically going there with an open mind, same as I went to Quebec. I'm playing hockey and having fun, so that's the key to any situation, and we'll go there and
The rumble that's headed toward the NHL Pacific Division comes in the form of the Colorado Avalanche. As the Quebec Nordiques, they were the class of the Northeast Division, finishing in first place. On offense, the Avalanche are one of the most talented teams in the league. Captain Joe Sakic had 62 points last year, just 9 shy of the league lead. Rookie of the Year Peter Forsberg lived up to all expectations, scoring 50 points in the shortened season, and winger Owen Nolan finished 3rd in the league in goals. But Jack Adams winning head coach Mark Crawford may have some questions on the wing. 3 talented youngsters, Chris Simon, Scott Young, and Martin Rosinski, continue to hold out in contract disputes. But the Avalanche did solve one problem. They dealt disgruntled forward Wendell Clark and received Conn Smythe winner Claude Lemieux in return. Lemieux, a proven performer in the Stanley Cup playoffs, is what the club lacked last spring.
You get a guy that can perform that well when the chips are on the line. That can only help demonstrate to our young players and our players with tremendous talent just what it takes to perform well in the playoffs.
The new look won't just be the uniforms. It will be unusual to watch the former Quebec Nordiques play without Stephen Finn in their lineup. Stephen Finn, the veteran defenseman, dealt on Thursday to the Tampa Bay Lightning for a 4th-round draft choice. Now, Finn played 605 games for the Quebec Nordiques, wore the C for part of the 93-94 season. Definitely a stay-at-home defenseman. No point in leaving home because not exactly a scorer. 29 goals in those 605 NHL games. Pierre Lacroix thanked Finn Thursday for all he did for the organization.